Welcome back to Drew and Derek Suck at Gambling, episode 54. I'm Drew.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Ryan.
I had a thing before this. I just kind of showed up. Who are you guys rooting for in the Super Bowl?
Who are you? You answer first, please.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
He's just rooting for a good game, I think.
Yeah, I'm
You
just.
host both teams have fun.
Yeah.
If you can tell by the jacket. The
Right.
jacket is just who
It's
he's rooting
ultimate.
for.
Like
Right.
I was
Yeah.
honestly, I thought about like if I went to the Super Bowl like in zebra paint, like just full like refs, like just rooting for the refs.
Maybe could we get you a Carl Jeffers customized jersey somehow?
Ask him to sign it.
He'd be thrilled to, I'm
Yeah.
sure. After all the death threats he's going to get from the Chiefs fans, for sure.
Had to paint my face again for the Super Bowl just because now I feel like it's a weird tradition. Feels like everyone forgot about the Super Bowl for like a moment because of the NBA trade deadline. We haven't even talked NBA at all this year. So really hitting some people. Like, this is a basketball podcast? Secretly a basketball podcast all year just to get to this point.
Right.
I don't know if you guys heard this. I was listening to the radio today. Kevin Durant got traded to the Suns.
No way.
From the Thunder?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's wild.
That trade, amazing trade for the Suns. I think you have to do. It sucks losing Mikal. That's going to be the hard part. Like it's just like the fan favorite. But the easy part is winning games with Kevin Durant.
Hold on, we should preface this. If you couldn't tell by Drew's face, he's actually a Phoenix Suns fan.
Yeah.
So big day for Drew and
Yeah.
Ryan, who is also a Suns fan.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I love Mikal. I'm a little sad. So, I mean, as long as, we kind of solidify ourselves, like, at least a 2-year window where we win one, then it's all fine. As long as we win one, it's all fine. I'll forgive them for trading away our beloved Mikal. I'm like wishy-washy on it. It all depends on what happens after.
It's a much larger scale version of the Chris Paul trade because Kelly Oubre was a fan favorite. Everyone's like, he's old. I can't believe you're doing this. Like, you gave up too much. You gave up Kelly Oubre? Oh, no, like, he's so good. Mikal Bridges is actually, he's going to succeed wherever he's at. It's not the same as Kelly Oubre. But, like, people thought that Chris Paul was washed and we shouldn't have traded for him. I mean, everyone's worried about KD's injury history. I feel like you have to make this deal. He is a top 10 year in and year out player in the league. Right. Top 3 at his position, no matter what. So you have to go out and get that guy. I'm really excited for the Suns' chances this year. I feel like it changes the West completely. It's gonna be interesting to see the backstretch after KD's back because he's not even back for like 2 or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. I'm so thankful Derek was awake when the Kevin Durant news broke because I was like, I need to talk to someone about this. And then he just let me go off about how excited I am. And he's a Lakers fan, so I really appreciate that. So,
hey, I'm just as excited. News broke, saw the Woj bomb, texted Drew, and I said, hold on, you know what? Let me see if any sports books are sleeping right now, too. Oh, and they were. And I grabbed them immediately. Suns 20-1 to win the finals. So
nice.
I was matching your level of excitement.
You're like,
in
I'm now
sense.
a huge fan this year. I also hope they win a championship in this window.
So, yeah, Ryan, I hope you guys do win a championship. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing move. You have to do. You just have to. Like,
have to. It's a
Yeah.
no-brainer.
100 times out of 100.
As much as it hurts, yeah, I think, like,
If Mikal was my son, I would have traded him for Katie.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to. That's Doc Rivers traded his son for less, so it's no, but Super Bowl is going to be such an interesting matchup. We finally kind of, like last week, we briefly touched on it. I think most importantly, we have to talk about this first bet. The coin toss.
The big one.
The big one. Doesn't matter the odds.
a lot of options.
This is literally just, if you want to learn about margins, kids, they hope that the money's 50-50 because then they guarantee a profit. And that's where they're just getting donated money in something like this, where the odds are no matter what, 50-50. Chances are bets will be 50-50.
Yeah.
And minus 115, I don't even know off the top of my head. I think that's like a 9% or something like
I
that.
think the odds though are it's plus 100.
Plus 100 both, right?
Yeah.
On several books I looked at, didn't have that.
I've seen
but
minus 104.
it should be plus 100 because then it's like that's fair.
Of course it should be, but I know some books are laying some vig on it. I think DraftKings was plus 100. Maybe they're one of the good ones. We'll see. I don't know.
You know, where are you guys at on the coins?
So when I was a little kid, when we would play Pop Warner, we'd always go tails. Tails never fails. I'm keeping it going.
See,
What was the success rate? Let's do some deep dive.
Dude, we were a good team, and we got the ball first a lot.
oh,
But
because
I
you
wasn't.
deferred, or because the other team deferred, or because you accepted?
how many?
Did you win the goddamn coin toss or not, Ryan?
I feel like I remember us winning like more than we lost, but I wasn't like tallying.
For this moment, you should have.
Yeah.
See, I hate tails never fails. Just deep in my core.
I was raised on it.
Too.
I didn't play football. I'm betting heads.
Dang.
I'm
No
not
head.
betting it at all.
Well, there's been a whole lot of script leaking, I should say. It was always tails, Drew.
It's
Yeah.
And it is plus 100 on DraftKings, so
Yeah.
that's great.
fair.
Don't bet your friend. Bet DraftKings.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in this line. I wish they would offer it in the States. They do not. So I grabbed this from a very special site. An old dear friend. I grabbed this line from an old dear friend. National Anthem, 2 minutes and 7 seconds, over under.
So actually, I read into this a little bit. So there have been 3 times where the national anthem goes over 2 minutes and 5 seconds. One was like Luke Bryant. The other one was like somebody, Adina Menzel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm heavy pushing the under. Because if, I guess Menzel, she's out there holding notes. I had referenced Chris Stapleton on the podcast maybe 2 podcasts ago. And I was like, he'll hold some notes. He'll take the over. But at 207, I'm slamming the under.
Kind of agree. I almost feel like this is just my like ignorant ass theory. I think like a country artist would like be like, no, I don't embellish. Like, like I don't
Out of
embellish.
respect.
Yeah, like it's like just they can't do it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like against everything they know. I have no research to back that up. I wanted to find if country singers actually had shorter times to back this theory up. I didn't look, so I'm just gonna say it like it's fact. So country singers actually usually sing the anthem.
That's
Longer?
100% fact.
Yeah, 100% like ROI like on the under. I think.
Yeah.
Even though you just said Luke Bryan had like a two
I
two
think
fucking 2 minutes and like
he went 204.
204.
So I mean, but like,
Still under.
yeah, still under.
Still under.
I guess I'm the only American here. I'm hitting that over. Stapleton, he's gonna be singing like molasses pouring out his mouth. The southern drawl's gonna take over. Did you Tennessee whiskey, right? Playtime, 4 minutes 53 seconds. Did you guys know that song was really supposed to be 2 minutes and 27 seconds? I completely made that up. But we're speaking facts, baby. Hit me with that over.
It's 4 minute song, 6 words.
I've never heard Tennessee whiskey, apparently.
He has it pulled up. He has it pulled up on his computer. I thought he was about to hit play, and then it's like, and then he just was just looking at the time for running a reference. Okay, so I'll go with under. You're taking the under.
Yeah, it's an easy under, I think.
We've seen some serious line movement here too, boys. I think it opened at 159.
Yeah, it opened at 159.
But that's
I would have loved to
it
slam over.
usually, yeah, it usually
Yeah.
opens around that. Like I feel like 155, 157 is kind of where Anthem numbers are. Like that's usually the runtime of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with the under because I believe he's a patriot and he will not embellish and make it about himself.
Yeah.
He's making it about America. He wants the attention on America over
Also,
a stupid
is it a
football game.
solo? Sorry to interrupt. Is it a solo performance? Is it just him?
I think
Do
so.
we know? Yeah, that's the
Rihanna
other thing
comes
though.
in.
Like, I feel like groups kind of, they stick to, they have like their harmonizing thing going on, and so they don't really have the time to like shine by themselves,
Oh yeah.
or like it's.
See, I
all
feel like
going
that's
to
more
be-
rushed. I feel like that's when you hit the under.
What's that?
The groups, I feel like that's when you hit
Yeah,
the
yeah,
under.
yeah. So that's one thing Derek I think has going.
but
with
2
the
minutes
solo
and 7
performance.
seconds is long.
Yeah, it's long.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like something else.
My
Like
dick,
Tennessee whiskey.
my dick is 3 minutes long.
Take the under.
Yeah. So what does that mean? 3 minutes. Okay. I'm taking the under on the national anthem.
Yeah.
Time to get to the actual game.
Oh man.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going against the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Eagles are -1.5 favorite. 51 is the total or money line. Chiefs +105. Eagles -125. I will say Chiefs defense has been fine. They allowed the 7th most touchdowns to tight ends, and all of which came in the red zone. I'm thinking I don't want to touch Dallas Goedert's yards. 47.5 is way too high because he hasn't, I don't know if he's touched that more than once in his last 5 games. Receptions is set at 4.5. I don't like that. I think he could just end up with 3. I'm taking Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown and first time touchdown in this game. That is a prop I really like. I feel like he's been a reliable weapon, and I think AJ Brown is gonna have a great game in yardage wise, but like when it comes to like, they're gonna have to zag in some way.
Right.
I mean, Miles Sanders has gotten work in the red zone. I feel like Jalen Hurts has ran it in, and I could just see like a play action pass. Run. Goddard's gonna run like 3 to 5 yards, turn around, hit him right in the chest, fall like touchdown. That is, I see it. I already see it. It's gonna happen. Eagles get on the board first.
I like Goddard though. I actually have that in my slip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
In your pocket?
I wanted to find first touchdown scorer to be either like from the tight end position. I just didn't find it on my handy dandy sports book.
I feel like Kelsey's gonna be like the most bet.
Yeah,
And
I got him at 700.
And I could see like Eagles being like Jalen Hurts being like the guy that like
Yeah.
people are gonna target because like the quarterback sneak, maybe Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that like when you've been doing something one way, like for most of the year and it's been working, the time you're gonna zag is the Super Bowl. Like so I think Dallas Goedert's a really, really good shot.
Yeah.
And I will say this is another interesting prop. I think Kadarius Toney could have a big game. I saw there was like a tweet that was like, "Oh, he's gonna be involved in the game plan like heavily." McCole Hardman's out, I believe, for the Super Bowl since week 15. Kadarius Toney has been top 5 in yards per route run. 3-point. For reference, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are 7th and 12th, both respectively. I think Kadarius could absolutely get over 30 yards in this game. I think that's like a low risk. I mean, like, it depends how they use him, but I could see him being like the random hero, like where it's like he just goes off. This is a secret weapon, secret little sauce they brought to the game. And Kadarius Toney's talented. He's a good wide receiver. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking at his props in this one as well. What about you guys?
Sorry, am I saying first touchdown or am I just saying?
Oh yeah,
props I
sorry.
like?
I my bad. I just started going through. First touchdown.
Well, let's see. On the year, Chiefs have scored 56% of the time first, like in their matchups, right? Eagles 63% of the time.
Wow.
So slightly more. When the Eagles score the first touchdown, 38% of the time, which is most on the team, it's the quarterback. Hurts. It's followed by 25% running back and receiver split. Only 6% tight end. But that does play into what you're saying about you go away with wasn't working in the regular season.
Yeah.
On the flip side for the Chiefs, on their 56% of scores first, 31% running back, 31% tight end, 38% receiver. So, pretty split. However, Chiefs have allowed 44% of their first touchdowns to the receiver, 25% to the tight end, 19% to the running back, 13% to the quarterback, which is pretty high for the quarterback. I think they're top 5 allowed to the quarterback. So that does set up nicely for Jalen Hurts to score first.
Yeah.
I like A.J. Brown.
You like A.J. Brown?
I think he's going to have a big game. We'll get into that later. I think that sets up nicely for him. I saw him 10-1 on some other books. First touchdown. I like Jalen Hurts too. But yeah, I think if I had to pick one guy, I'm rolling with AJ. I just irrationally love that man too. So of course I'm gonna bet on him in the Super Bowl. Why not? My last chance.
I love AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I think he's extremely talented. What about you?
I like what I'm hearing. Chiefs are terrible in DVOA against number 1 wide receivers. Dog shit. I think they're last. 31st. Oh wait.
Second last.
Yeah, second last. So I might look. I don't like. So maybe they focus a little too much on Brown, and we see Devontae Smith. I'm looking at his overs across the board. I love it. But I'm following Drew with Dallas Goedert. I think it's going to be a tight end. I'm upset I couldn't find that first touchdown score, but we'll see. I don't know if we want to. I like Pacheco. I'm all over Pacheco's overs this game.
Pacheco could have a great game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking at that. But part of me wants to say Boston Scott.
He gets
he gets a lot of early action, and especially
It's just so hard with that. I mean, like that's a good bold one. That's like because, I mean, Gainwell's in there, Sanders is in there, and I feel like
Gainwell's not good. Sorry.
I think Gainwell gets a touchdown this game too. Actually,
Did you guys know? And I kind of like this prop. I like betting this. Okay, so statistically, the odds are. What am I trying to say? Basically, Christian McCaffrey is currently the playoff leader in rushing yards. So he's the odds-on favorite to finish as the leader in rushing yards. Guess who's second?
Miles Sanders.
Kenneth Gainwell is second in postseason rushing yards right now.
I think he had a huge game against both teams. Yeah.
And if you want to bet him to be like the leading rusher in the playoffs, it's 15-1. He's about 70 yards behind McCaffrey, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But if he explodes,
yeah,
I mean, 15-1 for him to have a big day. Put a sprinkle on it.
I like that. I think Kenneth Gainwell could have a big. I will say I do base some of this stuff off of if a book is boosting it, I don't want to touch it. It was like if Hurts or Miles Sanders scores a touchdown, like you could win this bet or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what book it was.
It was DraftKings, and I bet it.
I'm glad okay, thank you. I'm glad I wasn't making it up in my head. I think Kenneth Gainwell gets a touchdown this game.
Damn.
It's another bold one.
Bold.
That would be another I could throw a sprinkle on him. Him and Goddard. I like those two.
What's Kenneth Gainwell first touchdown?
Maybe Kadarius Toney for the Chiefs. I think it will be someone different, like Pacheco.
Gainwell's 18-1 first touchdown. Where's Boston Scott? 25-1.
Hell yeah.
I don't want it.
Also, I forgot to say this. On the flip side, for like where the Eagles allow the first touchdown, they're actually dead last in the NFL. They allow the most to running backs, 56%.
Wow.
So Pacheco suits up for him. So if you think the Chiefs are scoring first, Pacheco.
Is that just like when they allow first score?
When they allow the first score, it
Not
happens
just-
to be 50.
no.
Not just in general. It's just when they do allow the
Right.
first score.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Dang. So do I want them to win or lose the coin toss?
Well, that's for winning the game.
Right. And then just Eagles defer.
You can get some negative correlation. You go.
Right.
You watch the coin toss. Eagles.
Eagles win.
Wait.
They defer. Chiefs get it.
You want Pacheco to score, Eagles to win.
No. I'm still saying like Eagles win, Chiefs go in, score. Chiefs
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, Chiefs to score, Eagles to win.
Yeah.
You got
want
some
Pacheco-
negative correlation there too, so that could be good.
Hell yeah.
Like if you parlay that together, let's say you do Pacheco first touchdown, Eagles win.
Chiefs to win, or Chiefs to win toss, or right, or Eagle.
What are we saying?
Dude, I got
What are we doing?
lost about a minute.
What are we doing here?
Don't worry, it's not gonna happen. Because Kenneth, I wish I knew his middle name.
Let's figure.
It's gotta be something great.
He's gonna have like 5.
Has to be an amazing.
Or he just doesn't have one. And that's what it's looking like. He does not have a middle name.
Kenneth Frederick Gainwell is absolutely. I like how that pushed me more on him than Goddard. I do still like Goddard anytime touchdown, but also I think Kenneth Gainwell's like plus 310 for anytime touchdown. I think that's pretty good value for a guy who could get carries and the second rusher in playoff yards.
Yep. Wild.
Some other props, I do like A.J. Brown's yards. I think that this should be a really interesting game matchup-wise because, like, the Eagles have not been amazing against the run at times. Like you said, the Chiefs' DVOA doesn't really, hasn't been solid against wide receivers. And I also heard that it's going to be, like, 2 rookie cornerbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Ladarius Sneed is playing, right?
He is, yeah.
I think,
And he's pretty good.
He's in the slot, usually.
Trent McDuffie, I think, might be slot. But that could be a matchup thing based on size.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like Snead was also in there quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
And their corners are undersized, too.
oh really?
Except Snead's pretty big. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". But I think McDuffie and the other rookie they have, Jalen, they're both like 5'10", 5'9". Matchup, A.J. Brown, matchup nightmare in this game. I love that man.
Oh yeah, no, this is an amazing matchup for A.J. Brown. I really like his props this game. I think that he's plus 105 to score a touchdown anytime. But I would say I definitely prefer his yards even more in this spot. What is his line set at? He is
He's like 70 something. 71 and a half.
71 and a half. I like that. I could see him touching 80. I could see him getting 100. Just like on 3 to 4 plays. Like where it's just like a deep play, you know. Like AJ Brown.
Are you taking AJ Brown longest reception? I think it's like it's in the 20s.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
I
one.
thought that was a lock.
I like
I
that.
saw it.
Oh yeah, 25 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. I really like that. That's a great prop.
Looking at that one.
Well, speaking of AJ Brown, do you want little key matchup stats here? So, AJ Brown has 4.5 yards per route versus press coverage. For context, that's the best since 2016. The Chiefs run 31.5% press coverage, which is second in the NFL. The Chiefs defense also allows a passer rating of 112 against downfield passes, which is second most in the NFL. Translation:
Dude.
AJ Brown, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yes. And Jalen Hurts ranks first in yards per attempt when defense is playing press. It's at 10.8. And his touchdown to interception ratio during or when the defense is playing press, 4-0, number 1. And he's 5th in QBR
Wow.
when they're pressed against wide receivers. He has QBR of 89. So It's all kind of making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's that. I mean, about to
However-
have a squad ride on AJ
Yeah,
Brown.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, no, AJ Brown's gonna have an amazing game, and also, yeah, on the season, just in general, he was 7th in yards per route run, with at 2.8, which, like, I mean, Kadarius Toney was, I think, tied for 3rd, and he's 3.1. So
Yeah.
the other guy didn't really play much. That was in the last 15 weeks of the season. I could totally see AJ Brown having some big plays in this game. Devontae Smith, I think there's a little bit more risk there. Just on the deep play side of it. I could see him maybe being a threat in the red zone. His, like, 23.5 longest reception, I don't know if I would touch that for Devontae.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
But 62.5, I don't know. I feel like that's a little high for my liking. I don't know if I would be on Devontae Smith's yards 100%, just because I almost feel like AJ Brown's just gonna torch him.
Right.
But it is good opportunity for
Yeah.
Devontae Smith.
Unless, I mean, I could see it in the narrative where, like, they really hone in on Brown, and, like, if their secondary already kind of struggles against wide receivers, like, then there's that opportunity for Devontae Smith to kind of, like, step up and have a big game. So, I mean, I could see that in my head making sense, but, I mean, you guys have sold me completely on A.J. Brown, so.
Yeah, I was already sold coming in, and now I'm like, oh shit, I need to bet more on everything else. Like, there's more props I need to bet on.
Yeah.
I will also, I was going to say, so the Chiefs' red zone defense, they had been one of the worst in allowing scoring in the regular season. In the last 6 games that they played, have only allowed 5 touchdowns.
Damn. Did they allow the most passing touchdowns?
I think, this is passing. I think I believe
Yeah.
I was looking at.
Like, they're bad, right?
Yeah, I think they allow the most passing touchdowns,
That's crazy.
and so they've only allowed 5 passing touchdowns in their last 6 games in the red
Oh.
zone.
Damn.
So something interesting to think about, but I still think Dallas Goedert has a spot to get a touchdown there, and then also I think they'll just get creative with their run scheme. I almost want to put a sprinkle on an offensive lineman to score a touchdown. I think if any team's going to do it, it's going to be like Philly or the Chiefs. Really, either team has.
They
You
both
could just
have
see
the
it.
Wily head coaches.
Yeah,
They're both the teams to do something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
because that was interesting that Sportsbook was like offering like offensive linemen to score receiving touchdown instead of just a touchdown. I'm like, no, there's gonna be some weird shit.
Yeah.
There's about to be some weird shit. No, so I'm a big fan of that one. Throwing a sprinkle on that. Is there other props that you guys like?
Other than Pacheco, you guys have sold me on Brown. Do we want to wait until we're done talking about the game until we go Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little sleeper prop I like a lot. Boston Scott over 7.5 rushing yards. Past 3 games,
Hell yeah.
9 attempts, 54 yards. 6 attempts, 32 yards. 6 attempts, 22 yards. Let me hit you with some other facts here. Hold on. Eagles. And so this applies to basically everyone on the Eagles, but, Boston Scott, you can get his. Eagles are ranked number 1 on rushes inside the tackles. They have 22 rushing touchdowns. No other team had more than 12. The Chiefs have the number 22 defense versus rushes inside the tackles. They are allowing 5.4 yards per carry, second most in the playoffs. So, the Eagles, this matchup, it's interesting both ways, and I can touch on more, but I just love basically every Eagles prop right now. All
right.
Inside
All
rushes.
right, now I have to step in. You hate the Chiefs.
Well, no, I do have some favorable Chiefs things here too. Don't worry.
Just have to be. I have to be like when the sports book gives you like that notification like, hey, reminder, in the last 30 minutes you bet this much. But like, hey, reminder, you hate them.
Oh, I do hate them. Yes.
Yeah. So just making sure.
I'm just checking in, bud.
Just checking in. I throw a little filler out there just to make sure your hatred isn't been like. I think it's gonna be
45 to 0.
Yeah, 50-0.
The over still hitting.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll compliment the Chiefs later. Just let me get this out of the way.
Kenneth Gainwell over 19 and a half
I
yards.
like that too.
Jesus Christ.
All right, damn it. All right, now you're scaring me.
Name it.
Chiefs are gonna win this game.
Name it, and
now.
I like it.
Now this is making me feel more and more like the Chiefs are gonna win this game.
Which one of us has our face painted?
Damn.
Yeah, but when you hate the Chiefs, and it's like it makes me feel like I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I totally agree, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I lost my bet. Like I'm like, yeah, dude. And then like I hate the Chiefs now too, like not just because of you, but like, you know, I guess just too much of a good thing. And then I hate the Chiefs, and then I bet against them like in a way that because I'm like I hate the Chiefs, and then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
This is really depressing.
Yeah.
But Kenneth Gainwell over 19 and a half yards. AJ Brown
I
over
hate
72
it.
and a half.
I'm gonna fade you with Gainwell. I'm putting my overs on Boston Scott out of that backfield.
Oh man, I wish we could do head to head. If we find head to head odds,
Oh yeah.
I'll bet you that straight up for the total in this game. Unless is there any other props you guys want to talk about?
I can go over key matchups for both teams, but
Yeah,
I didn't know.
no.
Okay. So I'll do Eagles first, and I'll do Chiefs. So I'll end on some Chiefs compliments. Okay. So we covered AJ Brown. Pressure. Eagles are okay at it. They led the league in sacks. We've gone over this over and over, right? Since week 13, Eagles had the second, third, and fourth highest ranked pressure rate defenders in Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat. They're one of 3 teams since 2016 to have 5 players with 35-plus pressures. Mahomes, in the playoffs, has been pressured on 34% of his dropbacks. And under pressure, we touched on this before too. Normally, when you blitz Mahomes and you get pressure on him, it's a dumb decision, right? He tears apart blitzes. This year, though, under pressure, his passer rating has decreased by 61.3 points, which is the third largest drop behind Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. Okay.
Notice he didn't say Kenny Pickett. I'm kidding. I'm
Damn.
sorry.
There might have been like a minimum of like snaps taken there.
Games where they look good. I don't know.
The Eagles
I got my new mission for next year. Sorry. Okay.
Eagles have the number 6 ranked offense on intermediate passing. Chiefs have the number 28 defense against intermediate passing. Again, AJ Brown. He's good at football. He's gonna. We touched on rushing inside the tackles, and then lastly, Eagles have the number 6 ranked scrambling quarterback offense. Chiefs 26 against the such. So, okay. Jalen Hurts, like it. I don't know if I like Jalen Hurts rushing yards or attempts, though. I could see this being a game where the Chiefs are just kind of trying to contain it. Like, they'll let him rush, but, like, maybe playing like a spy, let him get, like, 15 attempts per game, but kind of, like, limit what he is doing.
The Chiefs have allowed the 5th most yards per game to quarterback.
Right, right.
I mean, including the playoffs.
Exactly. So they might let him, rush, but also, like, they're also weak against inside runs, which that could be Sanders, Gainwell, Scott, and intermediate passing and deep passing. So AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. So it's like kind of like pick your poison. But what I'm going to get into with the Chiefs, they have Chris Jones. He's good at football, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, before we touch on that, I'll touch on Pacheco because I think Pacheco could have a great game. The Chiefs have the number 8 red zone rushing offense. They have the 7th most yards per carry in the red zone. The Eagles are dead last in defensive red zone against running backs.
Wow.
So I like Pacheco to score a touchdown in this game. Right now, the odds are plus 110. Decent.
Yeah. Do you think it's more than a 50%? I think it's
I think it's like
45% implied.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Chiefs have the number 2 defense when generating pressure. And in the playoffs, they have a league-leading 3 picks, and they've allowed an offensive passer rating of 2.3. That sounds fake, but it's real. 2.3 passer rating when they get pressure on a quarterback.
Jeez.
Damn.
The Chiefs also have the number 1 short passing offense. Kelsey, you might have heard of him, led the NFL with 627 yards and 9 touchdowns on short passes. Eagles, number 20th ranked defense on short passes.
Wow.
So could be a big Kelsey game as well. So it's like, I know it's lame in the Super Bowl to bet on studs, but it's kind of trending that way. A.J. Brown, Travis Kelsey, big games.
Okay, so we think everyone's going to score.
Everyone in the game.
What are you guys thinking about the total?
Under.
You got to hedge. You got to hedge with them.
Right. Here's I think what the game's going to end up looking like is we have a slow first half. We have a slow first half. Maybe some field goals. I wonder what the head-to-head field goal, what that bet looks like with my boy Butker. Fuck.
Butker. I hardly know her.
I'm taking if you force me to take over under, I'll take the under, even though these are like the 2 fastest like teams in terms of like pace of play. So like, and we're talking about all these touchdown props. It's fun for the Super Bowl. I'm taking the under, and I love second half.
Over?
Yeah. Well, so second half, let me just read it correctly. High scoring half is the second. It's
Ooh.
minus 140.
Okay, I could see
I
that.
love that. I feel like 140 is not bad.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not bad at all. So about the total in games with a spread of 1.5 or less, like pick 'em, like the over is just 2 and 3 in those 5 games. Totals of 50 or more, the under was 9 and 6. The under hit 9 and or whatever. Yeah, you could get what the fuck I meant.
Last 15, it was.
In the last 5, under was 4 and 1.
Damn.
I think it's time for a regression to the average. I kind of think it might be an slight overhit. I was kind of coming into this kind of thing. I was going to go with the under. But when you just talk about how many weaknesses, like in spots where there's potential points, I feel like if the game goes how the game could go or should go, over should hit. It's just, what if Mahomes has like a 9-minute drive down the field that ends in 3 points? Like, that's going to end up being like what it comes down to. It's like, what if there's one long drive that fucks this all up? What about you, Derek? How do you feel about the total?
I can't root for unders on a Super Bowl. I just can't do it. Even if the trends say to do it, I just can't do it. But also, I agree with everything that you're saying. I do think that there's spots here for both teams. It's the 2 best teams in the NFL. They both deserve to be here. It's not like a year where it's like, man, that one team. Both the right teams are in here, and they're both great. Both great offenses. I mean, both good defenses. The Eagles are great defense. Chiefs second in sacks, though, right? So, but there are the spots of weakness, and I think it also complements the other team's strengths. So yeah. I think there's plenty of opportunity for points here. But I do agree with you, too, that it could be a slow start, and second half could be explosive. I could see back and forth second half for sure. Yeah. And I think this could be a game, team that has the ball last wins.
Damn. Yeah. All right, that kind of brings me into who do you have winning the game?
Dang. Derek, you want to go first?
I mean, do I need to say?
Derek, notorious Chiefs lover.
Love him. got, I guess, I know everyone's expecting me to pick them. So maybe I should roll with. I'm taking the Chiefs. No, I'm not. I'm taking the fucking Eagles. So obviously I'm rooting for the Eagles too. But I just feel like the Eagles are the better team. I'm trying to remove bias here. I get anyone that wants to take the Chiefs. They're an underdog technically. It's really hard to resist that. I get like the Chiefs aren't like keep betting on the Chiefs until they give you a reason not to, right? Like they're here all the time. They're a great team. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Andy Reid is probably currently the best coach in the NFL. Like I get it, right? But I just think that the Eagles are more complete. I think their offensive and defensive line are the best in the NFL on both sides. I think their weapons are better overall than the Chiefs. I like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. Kelsey's the best player, best offensive player, but then it's like, okay, who's the other guy? Juju, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, Sky Moore, it's finding that. And I just like everything that the Eagles are doing more. I think, I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game, though.
Yeah.
I think the spread is appropriate, 1.5. I am a little shocked the line. I thought the line was going to move to be truly a pick 'em. Mm-hmm. Like and maybe it still will, but it seems like it's kind of locked in at 1.5. But
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going Eagles. But if anyone's taking the Chiefs as an underdog, I get it.
What about you? How do you feel about this game?
Chiefs as an underdog, dog? Sign me up, dude. I think the most important thing that is going to kind of nudge a team to outperform the other is going to be how the quarterbacks react and perform under pressure, and who does that better, and who is the best motherfucker under pressure, and who is the best quarterback in the league. And even though they both have great defensive lines, it's Patrick Mahomes. All the reasons you just said, but for the Chiefs. I think
Motherfucker said Uno reverse. No, you.
I think he is too much of a cheat code. It doesn't really matter. I think you can pick any other offensive player, and with Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball, they can all shine and become great and step up to the plate and be what Patrick would need them to be to win. Patrick Mahomes plays better in pressure. I'm calling it during the Super Bowl.
So
That was bad. I was stumbling.
no, so I mean, obviously my face is painted one way. I know who I'm rooting for. I will say what in this matchup, a few concerns and why I'm probably staying away from either team's money line is the Eagles is a way more talented team. The only thing, and we haven't talked about this, Jalen Hurts, since his injury, I saw a chart of like where he was passing and stuff like that, and it's a way more limited range. Like he's not passing all over the field like he did before. And so it's going to come down to like, because if you're talking about edge at position, Mahomes, of course, leaps and bounds better than Hurts. Hurts is a great quarterback, but Mahomes is in key situations, he will win you the game. And that could be what this game comes down to. So I am really worried about taking Eagles money line as my face is painted because of Hurts' composure in those situations. That being said, I got to roll with the Eagles.
I'm shocked.
What?
Yeah. But
I did think you were going Chiefs there for a second.
I was so
What you were
close.
saying.
I was telling myself for the last 2 days that I was going to take the Chiefs, and I've been thinking about it. I'm not going to be too heavy on the money line on this game. I think there's a lot more areas to have fun with it. But yeah, that's my one big concern. I feel like it's not like I get the game's like a pick 'em and stuff, but I feel like his limited range is the one thing that where I'm like, okay, like that could really affect this game. Like, and then if it's under 2 minutes and Mahomes has the ball, then it's fucking over. you know who's going to win that game. Especially if they're able to get like a hitting the quarterback out of bounds call. Like,
Phantom third down.
yeah, multiple third downs.
I think I saw it, and I gotta find this if it's like on one of the sports books we can use that you can bet on a roughing the passer, and it was like
Oh shit.
kind of like if not plus odds, close to even odds.
Just like in general, it would happen.
Yes, and I would.
Oh, yes.
There's no way that. Yeah, I'm hammering that. That would be.
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely.
century. Yeah.
So yeah, I will rock with the Eagles, and that kind of sets up for who I think Super Bowl MVP will be. I'm gonna go bold because I feel like there's no point in like not having fun with it. I'm gonna say Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to roll with him.
Did you get him 30-1?
I didn't end up. You got him at a pretty good line. I don't know what you got him
I
at.
got him at 125-1, but that
Holy
was
wow.
That was I put 50 cents on it. So
Yeah.
This was before the playoffs started. This was
Yeah.
just
Oh wow.
value hunting of guys
Yeah.
that their odds are going to change significantly.
No, yeah, I think that Son Reddick, he's a guy who can make like the play for them. Like, and I think that if it could end up being just Hurts if they win, but I feel like the Eagles are going to need a like defensive play to like win a game, like to win a game like this. Like they're going to need like the play where it's like crazy momentum, strip sack or something on Mahomes, like key fourth down stop. It's like, because I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be an amazing game, but I like Hassan Reddick. And also, he's got to get it back in Arizona, like, in the Cardinal Stadium. I think that'd be fun. What about you guys?
All right. If we're avoiding the quarterbacks and I'm not taking Patrick Mahomes, I'm looking right at Sky Moore. Let's say, dude, yes, I hinted at this last week. Crazy odds. It's like, 20,000 plus 20,000. Let's say Patrick Mahomes, is struggling slightly more than I predict. They're in a very sweaty matchup. It's really close, and we get a couple clutch punt returns with one going all the way to the house.
Wow.
Watch it happen.
And there's only been one Super Bowl MVP ever that was a rookie. Jim Brown.
Damn.
Jim Brown,
Jim
Sky
Brown,
Moore.
Sky Moore.
What do these guys have in common? They will be Super Bowl MVP. No, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
if it's a crazy play,
It's kind of the same philosophy with Hassan Reddick, but I totally understand. Like I also bet Hassan Reddick, so
yeah,
I'm just being a little crazy.
getting a little loose with it.
quirky.
But realistically, you think it will be like Mahomes?
Yeah, I mean, if they win, it's gonna be Mahomes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Unless also like he only throws to Kelsey.
And also,
Yeah.
an MVP, because he just was named MVP. An MVP has not won a Super Bowl since Kurt Warner back in '99.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't know.
9 straight losses, I believe.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Wait a little late to bring that one up. Dude. You could have swayed me early on.
Because I feel
I'm
like
kidding.
that's a stat that's kind of made to be
Yeah.
broken, like
Don't make me say it.
regression to the model or the regression to the average. Yeah. Derek, what about you?
So again, I'm on the Eagles. Hurts is an easy pick, right? So whatever. But let's go to like the value picks. I mean, we've all been in agreement. AJ Brown, 18-1. If he does have that 120-yard, 2-touchdown game, completely dominant. Let's say Devontae Smith gets shut down. Maybe like 3 catches, 40 yards. Got it. He's sprinkled in there, and they spread out the running. Even like Jalen Hurts 50 yards, Miles Sanders 50 yards, Boston Scott 30 yards.
Whoa.
But AJ is the guy that just dominates at 18-1. That's fair. And same thing with Kelsey. Kelsey's also 18-1. I just think Mahomes is that. If the Chiefs win, it's probably gonna be Mahomes,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
I like the defensive players too. Big fan of Hassan Reddick, but
Is Darius Slay up there? I also.
So I
meant
was
to
gonna
do that.
bring up-
Oh, yeah.
not Slay. I do like Slay. He's 85-1. but almost double those odds, 151. James Bradbury.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I forgot to say this. I also like him to get a pick. It's like plus 750
Oh
for him
wow.
to get a pick.
Damn.
I don't know. I just see them. Bradbury has kind of been the guy. People are going away from Slay. He's like just sticky man coverage, but so is Bradbury, and Bradbury's been thrown to a lot more. And I think he's number 1 in yards over expected value, like against receivers. So he's shutting down receivers and getting targeted. So
Wow.
I could see him getting a pick. And what if he gets a pick 6, right? But I think the only way it's really defensive player is if it's Chris Jones, Son Reddick, someone that's getting a lot of sacks,
constant.
fumbles,
Or
right?
a very key pick.
Right.
Right.
Last Super Bowl, I bet on Brandon Graham to get MVP, and he was like 80-1, and he had that strip sack of Brady to seal it, and I was holding out hope. So really, anyone on the Eagles D line and Chris Jones, I feel like those guys have great value.
Yeah.
It's worth a sprinkle.
I mean, Aaron Donald was arguably MVP until
Cooper Kupp just went apeshit.
just got that last touchdown. Like
Yeah.
he probably would have been MVP if it wasn't for that.
Exactly,
Like,
so-
I mean, that's a huge thing. He probably would've- and Burrow would have been MVP if they won the game. So it's
Weird. Interesting how that works, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess official pick outside of Hurts is AJ Brown, but I will be sprinkling on multiple
Hell yeah.
fun guys with long shot odds.
Sweet.
Like I always do.
All right. So I feel like this round.
I do like one prop.
Oh, yeah.
How we said we think. I don't know if we're in agreement. This is gonna be back and forth game. Do we all think it's gonna be close? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. I really hope it's close. I think it'll be close.
I like the odds. I'm gonna bet on overtime. Of course, that's a given. But the last play of the game to be a score, 9-1. I like that.
Damn.
Wow.
I love that.
I like that.
That's awesome.
I like that a lot.
Damn.
Field goal. It didn't say field goal or touchdown. It just
Right.
said score.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
I love it.
That would be
Dang. Would you be upset if I put that in my pick 5?
No.
All right.
good segue. Because, all right, you guys ready to take a second and put together our pick 5s?
Let's do it.
All right. You guys ready to get into pick 5?
Ready.
All right. Ryan, you want to start us off?
I'll start us off. I think a couple of these were already spoken about, but I'm going second half highest scoring half money. Isaiah Pacheco, most rushing yards,
Oh, shit. What's the odds on that?
plus 210.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll snag it.
Snake.
This one is connected to my Sky Moore hope of MVP, but longest punt return is over 14.5.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Probably better odds than Sky Moore.
yeah.
Better shot than Sky
Yeah.
Moore MVP.
Definitely have better odds, but
Better shot.
Right. And then I stole one from Derek. Will there be a score on the last play of the game? I said yes. Easy plus 900. It's
Love
fun.
it.
It's like probably that would be like the
Is
most
that your
fun one.
is that your double unit?
No.
Oh.
I think that's like one of the most fun bets to
It's
like
fun
root for.
and realistic,
yeah.
and plus 900.
And my double unit whale lock, Isaiah Pacheco, anytime. It is the most lock. of
Wow.
all of the other locks. I'm just
Damn.
kidding. I just really like it, and I wanted to make it mine.
No, I get it. I get it. That's your guy. Derek,
That was gonna be in mine. I like Pacheco, but went away from it. Went over from that. So
No, yeah, I might take Pacheco in some same game parlays. but-
are we all doing it? First up, Boston Scott over 7.5 rushing yards.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
Criminally low. Past 3 games,
Just right.
9 attempts, 54 yards. 6 attempts, 32 yards. 6 attempts, 22 yards. We already kind of went over this. The Chiefs are not good against interior rushers going against them, and the Eagles are the best in the NFL against that. So just get one or 2 carries, and we're good, right?
That's all I want.
That's all I want. Next up, be a little complimentary to the Chiefs. I didn't want to be totally one-sided here. Give me Chiefs total points in the second half over 13.5. I like that. Were you and I in agreement? I think you hopped in this too, that
Yeah.
we think the second half going to be the more explosive half. Give me over 2 touchdowns, maybe a couple field goals. It's easy.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's nice.
Next up, give me, I can't quit him, Travis Kelce over 78.5 yards. High line, of course it is. Touched on this. Chiefs have the number 1 short passing offense. Kelsey leads the NFL. 627 yards, 9 touchdowns on those short passes. The Eagles have the number 20th ranked defense against short passes. Kittle gonna eat too, probably somewhere else. Kelsey gonna eat, all right?
Yeah.
So feed your studs. In Ryan's honor, I'm always doing these concerts. Yeah, minus 120. I'm doing teasers.
Let's go.
I got a plus 300, baby.
Oh shit.
In the pick 5. The Eagles to convert a 4th down in their own territory. Plus 300. Eagles are the most aggressive team. I'm going for it on 4th down. They have converted a league-high 68.8% of 4th down this season. They have converted 24 of 27 QB sneak attempts on 3rd and 4th and 1 scenarios. 89%. No other team has more than 15 conversions. They're aggressive. I could see a situation where it's like, oh, they're on their own 47 and it's 4th and 2. Nick Sirianni ain't a bitch. He's going to go for that shit. Jalen Hurts going to bully him to go for it. I like that one. Now, double unit, mega well lock. Huge shocker here. A.J. Brown over 71.5 yards. We touched on it this and that way. He's going to have a huge game. Yeah, Super Bowl MVP. It's going to be great.
Hell yeah.
I agree with a lot of that.
Aww.
I didn't include AJ Brown in mine, so it'd keep it a little fresh. But talking about plus 300, give me plus 310.
Ooh.
Kenneth Gainwell, anytime touchdown,
Had to be in there.
had to be in there. Of course, I just think it's a good situation. You know, he's been getting a lot of work in the game. Granted, those games were blowouts, both of those, but I could see him getting into the end zone. Then give me Kadarius Toney over 27.5 receiving yards. I feel like it's a very low number, and he can be a boomer bust guy. And I could just see, like, if it's true that the Chiefs game plan, I'm basing this off a tweet. Chiefs game plan is true, or tweet is true. Oh, then we're eating. And so is Kadarius. Next, I got Eagles as a team total over 2.5 total sacks.
Love that.
Minus 140.
Love that.
Think that pass rush is just great, and I could see. I mean, Mahomes is limited mobility. I'm surprised that it's only at minus 140 and not higher. Another fun one. Both teams to have the lead in the second half. Plus 145.
I like
That's
that
cool.
a lot.
I think that there's some good value there, and my whale double unit lock. Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown. Think that he absolutely has to get into the end zone at some point in the game. Think a lot of people will be getting in the end zone. It's gonna just be going back and forth, that does it for the pick 5.
Surprised none of us picked Jackson Mahomes under 1.5 TikToks
Yeah.
in the game.
If Rihanna songs were in the States, if I could bet on that in the
We gotta like kick us goodbye, right? In a dramatic, fun way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I will miss you as much as Kenny Pickett will miss his starting job in about a year and a half. And it's been real. Yeah.
Going away for a long time, or what do you plan on doing in the Super Bowl? You're gonna really embrace the Eagles fan role, and
I think we're all about to learn a lot about ourselves. Because after I hit Kenneth Gainwell, Kadarius Toney, and Dallas Goedert, all three to get touchdowns, I don't know you people. I will be gone. I'll get a new chain and I'll just hide. I'll just look at it all day. I'll just look at my new chain all day. That's my main goal.
the face paint's gonna have to be to hide your identity because you're the richest man in the world now.
Yeah. Derek.
Drew and Ryan.
I love you guys.
Oh.
And Drew, I'm gonna miss you more than Cardinals fans are gonna miss.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
He's not missed.